They called me a monster. Not because I did something wrong, but because someone else needed a scapegoat. This is the story of how a single lie completely destroyed my life and how I built a new, better one from the ashes. It all started back in college. I was in a relationship that I thought was solid, the real deal. But one day, I discovered my girlfriend had been cheating on me. When I confronted her, everything just unraveled. Instead of owning up to her actions, she completely panicked. And in her fear, she spun an awful lie. She told everyone, my friends, my professors, even the police, that I had assaulted her. It was a total fabrication, a desperate, selfish attempt to shift the blame and make me the villain. The police took me into custody. It was the most terrifying experience of my life. But within a few days, I was released. There was no evidence, not a single shred of proof to back up her story. It was her word against mine, and the facts were on my side. But by then, the damage was already done. The accusation itself was the weapon, and it had hit its mark. My own parents disowned me. They heard the accusation and didn't even wait for the facts. They just cut me off. My college barred me from campus. I became a pariah, only allowed to receive assignments by email and show up for exams like some kind of ghost haunting the halls. Most of my friends vanished overnight. The few who stuck around would whisper behind my back. In their eyes, I wasn't proven innocent. I was just lucky enough to get away with it. The court of public opinion had already declared me guilty. Only my best friend stood by me, quietly helping me survive the social isolation. But eventually, the weight of it all became too much to bear. I couldn't take it anymore, so I ran. I packed nothing because I truly had nothing left to lose. I just got in my car and drove, putting as much distance between myself and that life as I possibly could. I started over from absolute zero. I took whatever odd jobs I could find, washing dishes, stocking shelves, anything to make a few dollars. For a while, I slept in shelters. It was a long, hard road, but eventually, I scraped enough together to get a tiny apartment. The first thing I did was change my name. It wasn't about hiding from my past. It was because I couldn't stand to see the name of the person I used to be. That person was gone. Years went by. I slowly rebuilt my life, piece by piece. I eventually went back to university and earned my degree. I became a teacher, wanting to help shape young minds. And then, I made the biggest leap of all. I left the country entirely. I moved to the other side of the globe, ready for a completely fresh start where no one knew my name or my story. And that's where I met her, my wife, the love of my life. At first, our relationship was difficult for me. I would flinch whenever she tried to touch me. I couldn't trust closeness, couldn't handle that kind of intimacy after what had happened. I was broken, but her patience, her incredible kindness, it slowly started to heal parts of me I thought were shattered forever. We got married, and soon after we had twins, a beautiful son and a daughter. And for the very first time in my adult life, I knew what real, unconditional love felt like. Her family welcomed me, a total stranger from a foreign land, with open arms. They showed me that family isn't just about blood. It's about who shows up for you, who stands by you, and who loves you when you're at your worst. We built a quiet, happy life, a home filled with laughter, bedtime stories, and late-night PlayStation battles with my son. I was finally at peace. Then, last night, there was a knock on the door. It was late. I opened it without thinking, and my heart stopped. Standing on my doorstep was my father, the man who chose to believe a stranger's lie over his own son, the man who threw me away without a second thought. I slammed the door in his face so hard my son jumped from the couch. I was shaking. I took my son to his room, trying to calm my own racing heart. My wife came in, took one look at my face, and she knew something was terribly wrong. She went to the door. When she learned who he was, she unleashed years of my pent-up pain on him. She screamed at him for abandoning me, for breaking my life, for having the audacity to show up now, after all this time, only when it was convenient for him. After she calmed down, I asked her to let him in. I didn't want to, but I knew I needed to hear what he had to say. He sat on my couch in the home I had built without him and told me his story. He had been managing my ex-girlfriend's phone after she asked him for some help with it. And there, buried in her old messages, he found it, the proof. Texts where she confessed to a friend that she had cheated on me and admitted she'd ruined my life out of fear and spite. He told me he didn't confront her. Instead, he spent years searching for me, to tell me he was sorry, to tell me he finally believed I was innocent. I don't know how he found me on the other side of the world, and honestly, I don't care. The only thing that matters is what I do now. Do I let him back into my life? Do I open the door to my mother, the woman who disowned me? Or do I protect this new life I've built, the family that never, for 1 second, doubted me? I met him at his hotel the next day. I looked him in the eye and said it plainly. I'm not reconciling. I'm not forgiving you. I just needed to know that you know the truth. He broke down and cried. He told me he'd cut my ex-girlfriend out of their lives completely. He said my mother was devastated, but as he spoke, I felt nothing. No anger, no sadness, just emptiness. Because the truth is, I already have a family. My wife, my twins, her parents, they are the ones who held me when I was broken. They are the ones who earned the title of family. My past is just that, the past. And I refuse to let the ghosts from that past step into my children's future. So, to anyone out there who has been cast out, abandoned, or blamed for something you didn't do, your worth is not defined by their belief in you. Your future is not limited by their betrayal. You can start over. You can find love. You can be whole again. Now I want to ask you all, if your family abandoned you over a lie and then came back years later, would you let them in? Or would you guard your peace like the treasure it is? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Please be kind. This story hits close to home for more people than we realize. If this story moved you, please hit that like button, subscribe, and tap the notification bell. We share true, powerful stories from Reddit every single day, so you'll never run out of real, raw, and unforgettable confessions. Until next time, stay strong, stay safe, and remember, your truth always matters. This is Reddit Rundown.